Alright, people. So, while the potions are being crafted, today I'm going to bring you a video which is somewhat scripted, but it will be probably a bit long, about how to actually heal with the priest. And I know this is Warlock, but sometimes Warlock makes potion. And this one is called Elixir. Whatever. You drink your things, I drink my things. We do not talk about it. Okay? It's not like I'm sitting here with the coffee and a straw drinking it, right? I'm not that crazy person, okay? Now, people, listen. So, they were created. Let's post them. Let's see if we can post some mongoose. 5 times 5 are 12. Epic. Goodbye. Nice. Okay. Let's go, and I got some mail. Who cares? Let's go on priest character. First of all. So remember, this... what do we have? This is priest. Okay, good. So, in this version, this is classic, right? But some things have been changed, and I am sure that there are some small minor details that were changed that I am not aware of. So please remember this. These ideas might be incorrect, but I don't think so. Okay, anyway, so here is a priest character. It's called Choco Choco. Maybe a next one will be called the Choco 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 or whatever, or just triple chocolate or whatever. But anyway, so the priest healer primarily. Let's talk about it. I don't have space for these things. I notice now. That's nice. We don't need this. Can we? Yeah, epic. I usually do this when grinding because it's easier to click away the random not useful items that appear in my inventory. Discussion for another day, right? So, okay, let me do it like this. I'm just gonna pull out some abilities. I'm gonna put them on the bar, and we got flash heals, we got the abolish, we got the heal. Never mind the ranks currently. We got the lesser heal, and do we have we got the renew. Nice. Do we have the resurrection? Whatever, we don't need to talk about that. We got the AoE heals, and we don't have greater heal on this. Well, that's a problem. Okay, so, and you also have the buffs, and you got the shield, and you got the dispel. Pretty much, right? I'm not gonna ruin. Actually, I will, because it looks horrible. Let's keybind that. We're gonna remove the keybind. And it's somewhere here, somewhere. Oh! That's interesting. If you hear rain, remember, it's fake rain. I'm hearing rain currently, but I'm playing for you some fake rain. Because it's nice. Removing this. Cool. It's gone. Nice. Okay. Now. So, we got some spells here. So the priest, in my opinion, has a lot of healing power, right? And if you ask me, it's about class is about how much heal can you do, and overhealing is not healing; it's a waste of mana. But how much can you do for the mana that you have, and how much healing is needed, right? So the idea is to push out enough heal so that people don't die without wasting mana, in my opinion. And if this was not the case, I can make the video very fast for you. Flash heal is extremely efficient for pushing out very high healing per second until you have a certain amount of gear, and I do believe it's like 800 plus healing or something like this. Then greater heal becomes more efficient, meaning it heals for less mana over time and heals even more heal per second than flash heal. But I will have to get back to you with the math on this. Right, so you get a few spells. You have the heal spell, which this is like the primary spell of a priest, if you ask me. Heal is what you should be using all of the time. It has the highest mana efficient scaling, meaning it will cost the least mana for the most heal output. And it's scaled by talents, which I will look at later. But yeah, even compared to greater heal, and yes, even compared to full tier 2 greater heal. I did some math. I thought initially it was wrong, but it appears that by small margin, heal is more efficient than greater heal. Okay, so that means most of the time we should be using heal ability to heal people. It's quite slow, so sometimes we will need to use flash heal, which is faster. But remember, this is very expensive. We have other classes that can use fast heals. And for example, you can use the tier 2, tier 1 set, 3 pieces, to get the flash heals out faster. But that will only really waste mana, and you will be first on the meter, and that's not really worth a lot. Now, so flash heal, in my opinion, in this version, we would have to compare it to Paladin's fast heals, which are substantially cheaper, and they also actually get mana back when they heal a lot of the time, which just totally negates like the effect of the ability. Yeah. Now, and we also have that means flash heal becomes a panic heal ability, and if heal is the general heal ability, then we also have two others. We have the lesser heal, which you start off with as a priest, which this actually changes after. Like, you get it first. This is rank 1, so you see it's a fast cast ability, but when you get the higher ranks, you will see that it's slower, and it's also penalized by not scaling with spells as well as it should. Here is the highest rank, 2.5 seconds, and in my opinion, even though it doesn't scale as well, 2.5 seconds for what it does, what it outputs, is quite strong, and I can show you on chocolate soon. I thought I was just gonna log on to this character because it's simpler with less spells, less things, right? So lesser heal becomes for me the backup, the heal that you use when you run out of mana. You press lesser heal below a certain point. Let's say you only have 500 mana left, and you want to provide some healing. You will use lesser heal, unless it's a panic situation, at which point you will probably use some variant version of the flash heal ability. Yeah, and then you have a greater heal, which is very more. I don't even have it on this yet. Maybe I can actually go buy it. Who knows? Which is more expensive, and it's just furthering the scaling of the heal spell. But it scales worse, like I said. So heal is getting better. Then we have the renew, which is like a hot, and we have shield, which is instantly cast and instantly absorbs some damage. And you know, when you use it, for example, you will get a debuff which says you can't cast it again. The spell itself has a cooldown, so you can't spam it on people, as you see, 4 seconds. And when the cooldown is gone, you can use it again. I think the top highest rank is absorbs 1200 damage on this version, and it does not scale with spells whatsoever, to my knowledge. And then we have the AoE heal, which heals your party, your group, not your raid, but your group. It heals them, right? And using this is a matter of how many people need how much healing to be done. And this I normally use if I see all of the group needing more than like 800 healing to be done. That means 4 people has 800 health missing or more. I will use prayer of healing, probably. It's mana efficient that way. It needs. I think it's when I calculated it for the cost. I think it needed for the highest rank, of course. It needed 1050 reduced from total 4 players each to be worth it if I'm not casting a heal ability. But yeah, so the way I use it is I heal my group. When everybody needs heal, I use prayer of healing. And if 3 people need like 500 HP, guess what? I won't be using it. Probably. Right. Then we have the remove magic ability. People call it this spell, but it's remove magic. It's offensive and defensive. Many players do not know this, but it's actually in both ways. Notice it dispels magic on the target, removing 1. This is rank 1. Rank 2 is 2 spells. So it removes magic from the player or target, and it works towards a friend or an enemy. So it's offensive and defensive, depending on who you target with it. And finally, I think abolish disease is. Yeah, this is a buff, actually, you can put on a player. So you can keep this up on a player. So this removes the disease, right? And it works the same way. I click the tank, he has disease is removed, right? But it's a buff. See? Look. It's a buff. Attempts to dispel 1 disease every 5 seconds. Cool, huh? So you can actually preemptively give this to a player if you know that something is going to happen. Okay, so that's those spells. This character I'm leveling as Shadow, so I'm just gonna remove these because we don't do this BS. I'm now going to with this very simple explanation. I got some Shadow, whatever. I'm now gonna log on to the chocolates. While we wait, we're gonna have some chocolate. Of course. This is how we do it, guys. Remember, most important, today's on the menu, minty chocolates. It's called. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Let's have a look. Waiting for something to happen. If the game crashes now, I'm gonna be disappointed. There we go. I'm in a group. Hey, I'm the leader of the group. Wow, imagine that. So, yeah, as I said, priest is about you have a lot of power, but unless you use your mana efficiently, your mana will be gone, and your team will also be gone. And if you're unlucky, you will also be gone meaning removed from the group. Let's leave the group. Okay. Here's combat log. Maybe actually this is a bad idea. Oh wait, we need a player. Yeah. So, if we look at this, so currently, I'm just gonna show Chocolate is in Holy Talents right now, and this talent will not show up on the tooltip. You will not see this typed on the tooltip, but it of course affects the healing output, meaning Flash Heal states it does 911 up to 10,073 in healing if you use the spell, but this makes it heal 25% more depending on how much spirit you have, but it does not show up on the tooltip. I think this one does change the tooltip though, just keep that in mind. So when you look at, for example, when I do this, when I look at the healing gear 949, this does not understand the holy talent, meaning it does not add the spirit to the number here. Let's get some more gear from the bank actually. Let's see now. I got some suits here. Raid, heal, withdraw. So now I get all my raid healing gear and also the strongest items that I use in different situations. This is a bit annoying, so maybe we should go somewhere else. Let's go over here. So we can equip the strongest gear because I'll show you the impact of the items. Now you see 10,089. Nothing happened, right? But spirit changed and nothing happened. So, but spirit does change the amount. Anyway, regardless, it doesn't really matter. So we get some items now. Maybe we can heal this bag guy. Let's heal him. Let's see what happens. Oh, cool. We can heal him. Nice. So, as you see, I will show you something. So this is greater heal, right? 2.48 because I got some haste. For 314 mana. We're gonna heal him. Let's see what happens. And he was healed for 2k. So I think this spell, I think the calculation equates to 86% in the end of spell power towards how much it gains the ability. It's some complicated math back and forth. I can just easily say that, well, a lot of your plus healing goes towards this ability, making it very strong. Same with heal, making it also very strong. And depending on how fast the spells are, for example, this flash heal does not gain at all the same amount of plus healing because it's fast. That's the penalty for having a fast spell. So let's use flash heal. Max rank flash heal, you see 380 mana, and he was healed for 1500. And greater heal, as you see, cost less, and I can get, so greater heal rank 2 costs like almost exactly the same amount of mana. Let's get no crits please, no crits, come on now. Okay, so as you see, for 2.48 seconds, you see he was healed for 2400. What's that? Is that 1000 per second? Yeah, maybe, right? And flash heal also healed for almost 1000 per second, almost. But greater heal scales better than flash heal, so at a certain point, at a certain amount of gear, meaning plus healing, greater heal will outperform flash heal I'm not sure many people are aware of this, but it is the case. So, yeah. And so you have many ranks to choose from, and I suggest you use a spell that does not overheal the target. Yeah. And then we also have the tier 2, which is kinda cool for flash heal, right? It adds the hot, which makes the greater heal just vastly surpass flash heal capability. So with all this jabbering about the flash heal and greater heal, I want to point out, conclude that flash heal is strong up to a point, but after a certain amount of gear, and if you don't really need the super fast heals, you can stop using flash heal. It's not needed. Yeah. And yeah, some people will say, oh, it's hard to time, it's hard not to overheal. Yada yada. That's what I think about that. Okay. And yeah, and we can also compare, for example, greater heal. Let's see, 300 for what's the maximum rank we have? Well, it's heal is a bit weaker, so let's just get the max rank here, and this rank here. So you see, is if I press the heal spell. Okay, now it's a crit, not crits, please. Come on. So I changed the gear also. Let's change to the stronger here. Okay, it's healing for. My God, guys. Okay, so it heals for 1,800. That's pretty cool. For the cost of 260 mana, it's quite nice. You know, when you start healing with flash heal, and if you don't really have any gear, you're molten core and blackwing geared, you'll have like 400, maybe 500 plus healing. Heal will do more output than flash heal, but like a very substantial reduction of cost, because flash heal 380 mana, heal 260 mana. That's quite a big difference. It makes the difference in the end. You let the people use the most efficient spells and stop using flash heal. Okay, and if we compare to greater heal, this is the it heals for 2,000, so almost the same, and yeah, almost similar cost as well. This does scale better though, for some reason. I don't know why. It does. Anyway, yes. Now, so we have some talents also to go with this. Normally, let's start here, because in Shadow, if you want to heal in raids, yeah, no, not today. Yeah, so the talents that are interesting here. This is kind of a filler talent, if you ask me. What's interesting here is you want the buff to be strong for the maximum effect of the Fortitude spell. You also want the shield to be strong, and this is a filler talent, but it has some use, although in raids not so much. But it has some use. This is good talent. So sometimes when I'm running, some trash is hitting me, I get this buff and I can cast, and I'm not interrupted, which is useful. Yeah, and then we have inner focus, which everybody should be using. Free spell and increased crit chance. Usually when I click this, it's a crit, which is nice. We have meditation, which increases mana regeneration, which is very nice, and you should use it. And this also, this talent is very nice for cheaper spells. Yeah, but remember, it's the instant spells, so it's used, but not that much. And then I just have one more point, and I will most likely use this for increased mana. Reflective shield is nice, but if you look at the math, if you look at the numbers, it does so little. Yeah, not in this setup. And the threat heal, I don't really need that. It has some use, but I don't need it. Okay, then we got the holy. So the first row, I like this the most actually, because they will crit more often the heals that I cast, which is what I do. This buffs the amount healed by renew, which is nice. And this is also somewhat useful. So actually, if I had more talents to spend, I would probably put one more in this, because this has some use, but this is directly useful. So I like to do it like this: 1, 3, 5, and then this spell buffs that to say reduces the cast time of the holy spells. Heal, greater heal are the ones I'm looking for here, and I like to put all the maximum talents in this. Just check one thing, right? And yeah, and then we have this absorb spell, which is I don't use for this setup. Which this is useful, but I don't need this. This goes up to 10%, which is nice. And this also is also very nice, but it's a small heal, but it's very nice, but not for raiding. So these two, maybe if you go in some close combat PvP, is very nice. With this and with this, very nice, but not for raiding. This spell is very expensive. It scales very poorly because it's AoE spell, and yeah, in my opinion, for raiding, no. Okay. Yeah, and then we have the remove cost. So this making the spells faster. With this removing the cost, I mean, this is such a huge, strong boost to the spells. You really have to take both of these. And then the inspiration talent, which all our tanks always want constantly. You should have this to get to give them some more armor. And yeah, I have some macros spamming a low rank flash, meaning it will be cheap. It will heal a little bit only, but it will provide this buff. So yeah, I can show you soon. Yeah, so this is nice. So you should really max this out as well. And then in Holy, we got many options. Some people will do Spirit of Redemption, which is very useful. I don't personally like it too much. And we have the improved prayer of healing, which is also somewhat useful, but I find I don't get the most efficient use out of this, so I don't select it. The radius, don't really need this either. And this, in my opinion, this top rate talent, you know, I don't approve. I don't like it that much. Maybe it's good, you know. I haven't seen the math, but if you ask me, I've tried it out sometimes, and I just don't see it. Now, so you get the spirit buff from the heals, which is nice, from this talent here, and you get the 10% output from this talent here, and that's pretty much it for healing the talents, right? Now, okay, so that's the spells, and normally, so this is my strongest setup for the abilities, and let's go like this. Let's go like this. Right, and yeah, so this should be with the spirit somewhat close to 1200 plus healing, and that's quite a lot of gear if you ask me. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, let's do it like this. I think I have something prepared here. Here, yes, we can do here, and let's go. This might be echo actually. I'm preparing something. Let's see. Nice, cool. So yeah, let's look at some healing situations, right? Okay, like this and like this. Nice. So this is from EQ Full Clear video. So this boss, for example, can we do? What happens if we do this? Let me just check. What happens if we do this? This, okay. What happens if we do like this? Okay, that will have to do. Now, this boss is somewhat annoying, but we start in the bottom right, and then we go to each side. Problem with this boss is these walls are in the way, and so I can't heal everybody that I want to heal. For this problem, there's quite a lot of casting of the flash heal, as you see, because heals have to be used. Yeah, so in this situation, let's go like this. There's a lot of flash heals. I want to show right, I'm gonna show something else. Let's go. I'm gonna show after this. Ah, yes. We can start here. We got some ideas. So now we have come to one boss. This boss is quite fun. Actually, no, we killed it. Go back in time. Yeah. Right. So this boss, the blob, it's very healing intensive boss, and poison on many players is a place where like so for this encounter, you see I have a lot of buffs up. I got the mana regeneration, I got Night Fiend soup, I got weapon enchant with mana, and I got I'm wearing the tier 2 set because I'm gonna be casting a lot of greater heals, and there's gonna be a lot of raid damage. My group is going to be damaged. I'm going to use a lot of prayer of healing. So and we will look at it now. So I'll show you something. Right, see this? I'm not sure. I am in group 6. I am in the low. Okay, yeah. So let's see. I'm just clicking on people. You see here, prayer of healing. Notice the green bars on my right here. I am healing my entire group because all of them need heals to come, and that's what I'm doing. And I know this will happen because I did this a few times, and yeah, so I'm healing the entire group here, right? And maybe one more tick of it, light well, because somebody might use it. And let's see, again, prayer of healing, right? See, entire group, and then yeah. Okay, so I just want to show. Right. At this point on this fight, I'm just casting renews because I know there's going to be a lot of damage. I'm just casting them out, but also like for mana intensive fight, depending on how much mana you have on chocolate. Let's go back to the game. On chocolate, right? Currently it's 6,200. But if I'm in a raid, let's go like this. There, set up. I will have 8,000. I think it's 8,200 or 8,300 buffed in a raid, and I know depending on which number this is, I might just click on the T, at 6000 mana, or I will use a macro that I have that actually checks my mana and uses the T. It doesn't work if my mana is higher, but it checks for certain mana missing. So I will use instantly when I'm down to 6100, let's say, I will click the T, and the next time I'm down to 6000 mana, I will click a major mana potion, and I just alternate between these two. And that's what I do, and I use the inner focus on cooldown for mana regeneration. So it's two buffs, right? Now let's go back to the fight. Let's go Chrome, and we go here, right? Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of healing done, and I hit him with staff, which is super cool. And yeah. And I think, yeah, all the blobs will come together and we will do the same thing again. Notice what happens. He needs great to heal. Actually, no. Yeah. See, this boss, this happens sometimes on some bosses. Like, everybody needs healing to be done. I mean, that is where you use prayer healing, pretty much. So that's an example of that. So let's go to another boss. Okay, let's go to another boss. Yeah, so we go. Where is the comes later? This thing. Let's see. It's actually. Ah yes, this one. So this boss is fairly simple, but he will do a lot of damage to you. So as soon as anybody is missing HP, you need to like really give them a fast heal. But that's not what I wanted to show on this fight. So basically, we kill this guy, right? And then everybody buffs up. We're gonna run through this tunnel to get to the next place. And so for this next part, because we have to run, we have to move, this is where I will use a lot of renew, right? And you will see it here. Let's go guys, let's go. Come on guys. Yeah, so everybody's running, right? Take a look in the corner here, and the meter and the healing down. And yeah, so if we're standing still, I'm using my fast heal macro, and I'll show you soon what I have. Yeah, when we are moving, I am just using renew, and I know you can't see it because the spells are hidden on my bars. So we are running, and then there's a fast flash heals, right? And if I'm not casting, believe me, it's renew being cast, and you can see heals being created. Yeah, and as you see on the meter in the corner, my output is very high at this moment. Yeah. So, and I am out of mana, but actually I have some tea, so I might use it. Who knows if I do at this time? But, yeah, that's pretty much it. So basically, when we have to move and we have to run a lot, it happens in this raid, and it happens like in Blackwing also. For example, we run the suppression room. There's a lot of renew going on. Basically, if we have to run, renew is the thing. And we just push it everywhere. The thing is with renew though is I can apply it, I can re-force apply it to a target, but I cannot, a player with less healing cannot overwrite my renew ability. I can show you, but if you have the same renew, you can overwrite it. So I can show you that. Deactivate this, be back to the game. So for example, if I use renew on myself, it's fine. And if I press the button, I think the macro is active on this. Yeah, it does nothing. Right, let's go in the spellbook. I got quite a lot of macros, and I did post all of them. They're in Discord if anybody wants them. So if I press renew, notice it ticks down, I get heals, whatever, and I can overwrite it, and I can overwrite it, and I can overwrite it. No problem, right? I would need some spell, okay. And if I do this, I got more power, I do renew, and if I change to the other gear, if I want to renew, they changed it? Did they? Perhaps they changed it. Interesting. I did not know that. Well, there you go. So, and if I go like this, well, normally I should not be able to overwrite with a weaker renew. But yeah, you see, things are changed. That was the way it was. Yeah, so I can show you some of the macros I have for this, for it not to happen, because yeah, saving, I only want renew buff, and if it's already active, if I press the spell, it shouldn't do anything, but you know, guess what, in the raid with the 20 or 30 people keeping track of their renews, and I know that there's some raid frames that show them. I don't currently use those. I think if you use Luna frames, you can see the renew, and they are the Luna frames are really great. But you can also use a macro for it. It's this macro, right? So this macro for renew scales my renew spell depending on how much mana in percent that I have, and I see it's actually broken. Okay. So what this macro will do is, let me just check if I am showing it. Yeah, this macro will check 80% of mana, I will use renew. 70% of mana, I will use this spell version, rank 8. And 60% I will use this, or lower. Notice the bracket direction. So my power is used together with the mod, what's it called? Roid macros, yeah. Because in Classic, these macro functions weren't there. Later in the game, they are there. But yeah, so in Classic, you need the Roid macros mod to be able to use this. And so yeah, this is the mod for renew, and I have similar spells for similar things for other spells as well. So here's renew, here is super heal. This is one of my buttons where I have a macro that is going to use mana efficient heal ability. And the priority with this macro is mana efficiency, and the second priority is healing output. And you can see that the target HP in percent is here, and the spells that I choose is here. And yeah, this help shadow mend will only work if I am in shadow form, so that's another mod. And then if all else fails, I will use lesser heal, and it happens quite a lot actually that we get to this point. But hey, yeah, lose some efficiency is better than nothing is being cast, maybe. Or maybe I should just remove lesser heal and just use flash heal rank 1, because actually yeah, that's might be better. Yeah, no, we're gonna keep this for now. So this is the mana efficient heal that I use, and then I have the opposite version of this super heal macro. I also have another one, and I think it is yeah, I think it's this one, mind flays smite. Yeah, this one is. So this macro is backwards. This is the other way. This is an efficient heal macro that prioritizes fast heals without consuming all the mana. So you will notice the first 2 rows, those are for shadow form, and then there's inner focus, meaning as soon as inner focus cooldown, as soon as it's ready, it will be used. And then you will then I cast a flash heal rank 1 at 90%, 77%, rank 2, 60%. You get the idea. Which means heals are fast, but it's not like spamming max rank flash heal. Yeah, so it adapts the spells to what's needed. And yeah, of course I could do all this manually with the spells, but you know, why, right? Yeah. So yeah, if I then that means that I have this macro for efficient heals and I have this macro for mana efficient heals. Meaning that if I need, if I think that we need fast heals, I will spam this. And if I think that everything's okay, I need mana, I will spam this. And I also have a third one that's basically, I think it's this, yeah. The third macro that is called Flash, which basically will cast Flash Heal, pretty much. It will just Flash Heal. Unless the target is below a certain amount, 40%, it switches to Greater Heal, which I described earlier, is more efficient and is faster. So, if, for example, if the tank needs Flash Heal to stay alive, so if he's below 40%, Flash Heal will land, tank will stay alive. But in that scenario, Greater Heal is even more efficient, is even stronger. Greater Heal will land, and that is even better because guess what? It's faster. Yes, Greater Heal is faster than Flash Heal. But in that scenario, yeah. And I also built in some other modifiers stating that if my own HP is below a certain point, I will shield myself because dead healer is not good. And I will also heal myself because yes, HP is good. And yeah. So that's those spells. And I also have a rank scaling macro for Prayer of Healing. Which I will use. What's this? Raw power. Oh yes. If my mana goes below static 1100 mana, I will use rank 1. If I can't target anybody, if it doesn't work for whatever reason, I want to use the modifier help, it will use Prayer of Healing flat out. If my target, the third row, if my target has HP of 84%, 74 or 64, the spells are scaled accordingly to save mana, but to provide an efficient heal as needed. Right, those are the heals, and for my other macros, you can see the Discord if you want them. We have some, yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, okay. I can show you now. Let's go and find. Because mana efficiency is one thing, but then there's flash patchwork, and that is backwards, right? So patchwork is it's like a timed fight, and I want to be able to spam heals for as long as possible without running out of mana. Because if I run out of mana, tank is dead and we wipe. And I want to be close to this edge, but yeah, certain margin. For this gear that is on Chocolate currently, and the gear that the group has, these settings work for now. And the way I do it is, these two don't do nothing at this point, but yeah, in certain other states they do something. So third row, 80% casting heal, and 60% casting Greater Heal, and if all else fails, cast Greater Heal. So it means I will be spamming heal a lot, and if HP is missing at the time of cast, it will become Greater Heal rank 1. Let's find, this is AQ, so I think I have another one preferred as Nux, and let's find, I think we have, let's see if we can, do we even have, Oh yes, we got some. Okay, this is the patchy guys. Alright, so here we are. And the fat guy is over there, really big with the axe and whatever. He hits really hard, they say. I don't tank, so whatever. But yeah, okay, there was an incident. Okay, let's see. Alright, so we rest some people, we buff them up. Notice, yeah, so here I'm using all the things. I'm using the Mage Blood for mana regeneration, weapon buff for the mana regeneration and plus heal. I'm using Night Fiend Soup for mana regeneration, and I think I should be using the blue wine thing for more maximum mana as well. Let's go. Yeah, I trade because Lisha wants to give me. I give him back. See, I have it. There you go. Anyway. Okay, now so we're gonna I am going to heal. Let's see in this fight Dorinda is the tank. I heal. You see I am spamming the patchwork macro at all times, and so like I said, I want to be healing the tank, and if I run out of mana, tank dies. Pretty much that's how I think about this fight. Yeah, so I spam the macro as created before, and as you see, like when I cast and the HP is full, it's heal, and if the HP is not full, it's greater heal. And this way I don't waste mana unnecessarily, because the tank is healed. It is hit like almost all the time. But yeah, like you see, as you see, the efficiency measured of this setup is quite high, because, well, guess what? I am on top, so this is quite efficient way to do it. And yes, I could be casting heal, I could be moving, I could be stopping it, and doing it like that as well. But yeah, it's less room for error in this way. And we continue healing, and yeah, I'm using my mana consumes on cooldown because I need more mana. Yeah, we also have some other special tricks with the mages and things done here, but yeah, so we heal. I'm just going to, it's nothing, yeah, just pointing out like the way I do this is very efficient, and that is why chocolate is here. It's not really a gear advantage, but I mean the output is there, right? So yeah, and I can show, yes, you can't see it, of course. I'm talking without showing anything. Yeah, well, okay, let's do it like this. Now you can see the YouTube frame. Good. Yeah, I was just pointing out really, because yeah, my target is Adorinda. The macro is down on my bar, and the efficient healing done is measured in this window, and I can see that it is efficient. And yeah, really, I'm just using like this. Let's go back to the game. Okay, really, I'm just using the spells on cooldown. I am using the T on cooldown when I'm missing I think 15 or 1600 mana, depending on how much mana I have on that fight, and I'm using Major Mana Potion. I'm using these two on cooldown on that fight. I'm using the Merlots at the start. I'm using the Night Fiend at the start, before the start actually. The buff from Mage Blood is up. The buff from Brilliant Mana Wizard Oil is also up before start. All of these buffs have to be applied, like all of them, pretty much all of this entire row is buffs, right? Have to be applied before the buff starts. the boss fight starts, right? Yeah, and for my the gear for patchwork, I'm using this, and it's a tier 2. I know the mod doesn't really show it, but it's 8 tier 2, and it's these 2 trinkets. And again, the macro is here, so it's either heal, that means heal max rank, or it's greater heal rank 1. And if I change this to higher rank greater heal, I will run out of mana probably. Yeah, I could also downscale the heal, but I found these numbers to work for me. And yeah, let's go back to Chrome again. Yeah, nothing spectacular about it really, just spamming one button and using cooldowns. And the patchwork is defeated, epic, right? On another boss, the next one that comes after, let's go, I think it's after, yeah, for example on this boss, at this point in time, I'm probably using flash heal because I'm using the fast heal macro. So the flash heal used here is a downscaled flash heal, so it doesn't eat a lot of the mana. It's not a max rank flash heal, I'm pretty sure. But for this fight, normally what I do is, because you see I'm in a group here with some other healers, so normally in this fight, in this situation, I will probably use the mana efficient heal, meaning the super heal macro, for the entirety of the fight. So let's watch this. So people get the debuff, it has to be removed, and the poison rings have to be placed on the ground. And yeah, it's placed behind the boss. I like to stand here. In this particular fight, the tank tells me, move, the slacker chocolate. But you know, I like this positioning. Maybe I was too much in front, who knows, right? So yeah, we keep placing the rings behind the boss. As you see, it's like we remove his farts or whatever. It's, I don't know, it's funny. So yeah, so I used efficient heal. You see, there's a lot of heal coming out, and we have begun to start defeating him quite effectively, because you see, I have a lot of mana. I have 6,000 mana at this point. Boss is below 50%, and I have also a major mana potion ready, so I'm not really struggling here. And yeah, just basic heals are needed. At this point, nothing is in panic, so I could be using mana efficient heals with no problem. Yeah, and we end up destroying the boss, pretty much. I mean, it's nothing spectacular about this. Yeah, and like, then we have next boss. I'm not sure if we defeat this guy. This one, the dog after, is also very interesting from healer perspective, because he will remove the HP from entire raid, and when this happens, if you can anticipate it, you can just smash the greater heal into the group to getting their HP up fast, and this is what you need to do. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can get that on the video. So it's, yeah, okay, heal, and then clicking that guy. You see, yeah, look, everybody has low HP, and I need mana after I'm spamming mana potion after this. Greater heal, double greater heal. Now our group is full, and now it's greater heal, casting greater heal on everybody. And what I also will do quite a lot here is I will cast greater heal. Hunter removed my spell. That is something that happens when the hunter using the fake death ability. My spell is keeps being casted, but it hits me instead, so I have to abort the cast, or I waste the mana. But yeah, what I use often is I will use Greater Heal, and instantly after I will use also a heal, a renew after. So it's a double renew. It stacks. It's a very unless somebody overwrites or overheals, it's a very efficient way to do it. And yeah, you see, it's quite a heal intensive fight, this boss. Yeah, but as a 4 healer, there's nothing spectacular about this one, but just like at a certain points, like yeah, when this happens, where did we go here? When this happens, see the cooldown, decimate, and decimate comes, boom, yeah, this is when the heals needs to come. Other than decimate, for me personally, it's just a matter of mana efficient healing and just using mana cooldowns efficiently, and it should be okay. And I think we killed the boss pretty much. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it for the priest. I think I've been talking for long enough. But yeah, if you have any questions, post your questions. And maybe my math is incorrect somewhere. Well, you should tell me about this. Or not. Who knows, yeah. But I will see you in game.